And it is wonderful to be joined in the Shine TV studio by some of the team at Elevate Christian Disability Trust. Joining me is Kirsty Armitage. She is the National Director. Kia ora, thank you for joining us. And also Manuele Teofilo, who is Social Media Coordinator. Manu, thank you for your time. Firstly, to you, Kirsty, talk to us about Elevate Christian Disability Trust. What sort of things do you do? Why does this organisation exist?
Yeah, thanks, Andrew. So we've been around for over 40 years and we exist to support people who live with disability, their family and friends, to live lives of faith and hope. And we also support churches in helping to encourage and educate and equip them to be places that are inclusive and welcoming.
We certainly could do a lot better in that space, but are we heading in the right direction? Do you think churches in Aotearoa are more inclusive of people with disability than perhaps they used to be?
I think definitely from when we first started as an organisation that there has been progress. There's definitely more progress that needs to be made.
A long way to go in that regard. Manu, what's your experience? Are we getting better at being more welcoming to people with disability?
From my experience, there's always improvement. But it's a great thing to people with disabilities.
Your phone's in flight mode, so I can't help you with that at the moment.
That's a great time.
Thank you for that, and a little bit of an interruption from Siri there as well. Now, look, I know you've got some wonderful technology, Manu, to help you communicate, and thank you for your patience. For people such as myself that has perhaps some challenges understanding. But I mean, that's one of the obstacles, really, isn't it? We have obstacles. Perhaps we don't have access to, we've got stairs instead of ramps. We don't have the right types of toilets available. But having that lack of understanding and that not really knowing how to start a conversation, we can't understand, so we're fearful of starting that conversation. That's a barrier as well, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I agree that community and try to make sure people understand when I going into point and that the way people connect.
Yeah, communication is so important because that's the way that people connect.
Yeah, it is, certainly. Now, talk to us about Disability Awareness Sunday and what it's all about.
Disability Awareness Sunday is observed on the third Sunday in June. It's a Sunday service, or a part of, set aside for disability awareness.
Very good. Now, what sort of, you've got another pre-prepared answer for us there. Tell us a little bit more about how people can engage and the difference that Disability Awareness Sunday can make.
Disability Awareness Sunday is an opportunity for churches to showcase stories of people living with disabilities in their congregation, as well as to celebrate and acknowledge the gifts people with disabilities have, and the ways they serve in their church. Also, to educate a congregation about disability may be a way to start, or a reminder to continue, the conversation about inclusion and making sure everyone feels a sense of belonging.
Absolutely fantastic there. And the resources available for Disability Awareness Sunday, they're still available online?
Yeah, definitely. Yep, we have a number of stories that are available in video form for people to show in church and their small groups, and a few resources for churches to look at and do a bit of an assessment of how accessible are they, what are some of the barriers that they could be looking at trying to reduce for people to be able to take part in church.
Manu, from your experience, what would be your advice? How do we start relationships and friendships with people with disability in our churches and communities?
I think we find out from the person or what the best way to communicate with the people. For me, I don't mind repeating myself because it's important for me to get the message across. But find out from them or people around you if it's sign language or if it other way, find out the best way to connect with them.
But I think we've truly arrived as being an inclusive congregation when people of all abilities and backgrounds and who may have physical restrictions can fully participate in worship and what it means to be in the kingdom of God, whether that be working in the tech team, in the worship band, or even preaching. Is that your experience, Manu? Have you had the opportunity to be involved actively in your church service?
Yeah, I have. I just joined the welcome team and then the president allowed me and someone to dancing from on stage. Yeah. And speaking about accessible articulations of people with disabilities singing in the church. Do they have good friendships? Do they feel they belong to the church? So there's some good questions to ask.
No, that's very good indeed. Now, I have enjoyed reading this book, and you've written a particular chapter in this book as well, talking about different ways that the churches can engage, if you like, a theology of the experience of disability, and lots of wisdom there. But I think the most positive example is the one that Jesus showed us.
Yeah. They intended to practice love. Love our neighbor as ourselves. And it's allowing, it's just allowing people with disabilities, but also allowing people with disabilities to show love to their neighbors as well. So love is the basis